Okay. All right. If you like, thank you for staying on a little bit longer. If you want to just go and eat, just say I'm ready to go eat. Like that's totally fine too.
I
Um,
normally don't eat. I snack a lot.
okay. Okay. Well, I'm grateful for this. I have like two more questions that are on my mind. Like what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to see what the World Joy Movement is. You know, I know me now, and what I needed to create was a container for me to be able to both serve and create with people.
Hmm.
You know, and I think as this goes on, my brain gets more and more like, oh wait, no, it's this. Oh wait, hold on, it's more of this. You know, and so I'm grateful for our conversations because every time we meet, it gives me a chance to see a little bit more of like refine it a little bit more and to see what it is and what it isn't. Um, this is a co-created space. And what I mean by that is like I really do mean like my style of leadership is to be two things. One, to be a lone nut so that no one, like if people want to dance, I know people want to dance, but no one's dancing. I'll be the one that just starts dancing by myself out there. I'm like, I know y'all want to dance. I'm not going to even, I'm just going to dance. All right. And then the second one is to be the first follower, which is to go and support someone else who is out there dancing on their own and being like, all right, look, I'm down to go with you on that. Right. So today, in today's conversation, there's a bit of first follower, right? Where it's like you have a vision out here and it's like, I'm going to meet you in the abstraction and I'll dance with you out there. And then over time, we're going to like bring in more and more and more. Okay. And here goes the movement. Like we can see it. We can see what the message is. It's great. You know? So I love doing that for people. I love letting these spaces be a platform for people. My general hope, and not even hope, my goal, intention, and commitment is in the long run, in the 25 years especially, but in like the next year here, um, for the types of sessions that I lead to be less than 10% of what comes out of this space, for the recordings that go out into the world to be less than, for it to be less than 10% of it being me. Like I've done that with Niyama and Sean where it's almost 100% me, you know. Like now I'm looking to go out and say like, no, this is a movement, it's a community that comes together, and as a result of us coming together as a community, we change our world outside of us, right? Outside of this space. Like that's, I'm realizing that as it goes on. And so as I'm learning more and more about this, what I find is that in order to be and this is where I've been struggling myself, in order for me to be a first follower leader, I'm looking for some lone nuts, you know, who are willing to go. When I say lone nut and stuff, have you watched the Derek Sivers How to Start a Movement TED Talk? Okay, so part of that may not have made too much sense. The idea here is that it's the TED Talk where someone's on a grassy hill and it starts with one person dancing, and before the end of like 2 minutes, like everyone's run to like the whole entire concert is like dancing with him.
I didn't have to watch it when you said dancing. I
Yeah,
really pictured you like starting as a little slogan, like saying, let's dance.
yeah. This like that's how I feel. That's
And
how I
I
typically
look at
go.
it, dance is a movement. It
Mm,
starts with one movement at a time. I literally took some
mm.
dance classes, and that's what we talk about was movement. That's what you learn is the movement. You don't learn how to dance. You learn movement, how to move into a certain pattern.
Mm. That's interesting. Thank you for that. I'm going to take that as a gift. I'll be playing with that. Um, so I guess the if I was going to take it out of that like first mover, sorry, first follower element, what generally it is that my style of doing all this stuff is to come in, see what people need, and serve to that. And let me be the person that's like, okay, great, this is what you need. We can handle it in a coaching conversation. Or perhaps the thing is, I'll give you a stage by having it recorded and have it out in the world and let like your V1 be out there. Whether anyone watches this or not, doesn't matter. You've said it. Now you can move on to the next part, or you can come back and refine it more and thoughts there. Okay. And so there's a big part that flows out of me of like, okay, what does Mary, what would serve Mary? Or like, what's the sandbox that would serve Mary here? Right. When in a lot of my other programs, I'll go by and we'll give them spaces to like lead a session, like facilitate a conversation that they want to like lead. Or when they figure out their message, they'll come and they'll give that message into the space. Or it could be, you may not be the only person that's trying to figure out how to turn your vision into action and trying to learn what, like, tell your story or to figure out what your message is. So I can go and create different sessions and put on the calendar the World Joy Movement for anyone that's looking to figure out their message. I was talking to Mary. We were hearing more about her message and story, and we're going to create a session specifically to help you pull out what your message is, or to get you in the space with other people who pull out your message. And you're going to come in and you're going to come in with curiosity. So I did it with you right now, one-on-one, but we can create an entire thing where everyone can come in, say whatever they need to, and everyone just ask questions to get more curious and pull back different layers and so on and so forth. Like that, to me, that's fun. That's joy for me. That's like how we get to the answer is more important than the answer for me. So I want to kind of, I'm finding this again, as I do this, I'm like, oh, okay. The World Joy Movement is just a container, and it's more important for me to figure out what do people want, and then find out, okay, how will I serve what people want or create with that, than for me to come out and say, for example, I'm going to create another 3 weeks worth of conversations on the importance of showing up in the world as you. Like, it could be more heavy than what people want, Like it could be like, I just need 10 minutes to go talk to someone and get into a joyful space every morning. If I can get 10 minutes to come in here and spend time in this space where my energy gets up to joyfulness, I'm good. Or you get what I'm saying? Like I'm really open about like looking at this as a community and saying, I'm going to choose conversations first, but then there might be some things of saying, okay, great. I've had all the in-person conversations. What would we look like? We're going to draw together, or we're going to do this together, or whatever it is. I don't know. That's I'm here to serve and emerge, but not serve through coaching, serve as a platform, and be like, okay, great. For example, someone is now going to host weekly co-working hours inside the World Joy Movement, where it's just like, I just don't want to work alone anymore. I think it'd be really fun to work with other people. So on Wednesdays from 1 to 2 Pacific for the next 3 months or next month and a half, this time slot, if you want to come and work with someone, I will be here and we can all just join on Zoom. That's what I'm about. Like, I'm a space for other people to be in community with each other and be a platform for each other. So I'm giving these as examples here. And a lot of the examples I'm sharing with you have come from other people that I've talked to individually to find out what would really serve.
It's the World Joy Movement. Yeah. What was your greatest insight from this conversation? And if you want to come and be a part of a conversation like this live, it's really simple. Just go to beworldjoy.com and come introduce yourself, and let's take the conversation to the next level, because you're there now. All right, let's play.